Best of 3 time. Semi-finals of the Go4SC2 monthly finals. The difference between 75 euros and at least 150 euros on the line. And this is gonna be a damn awesome PvT. I'm so excited about it. I want to dance and jump and just generally have a party in my house because awesome times. Anyway, let me introduce these two so you can get as hyped as I am. Spawning in the top left of Heavy Rain, the blue Terran player representing Team Acer. The second place finisher of WCS EU Season 1 2014, MMA. And to the bottom right, his opponent, representing my insanity, the orange Protoss player. It is Stardust. Best of 3 here. And, well, the best of 3 makes things very, very exciting. No cheesy plays will win. No massive, aggressive builds will make things go crazy. And Stardust, of course, I've got to mention, came 5th to 8th in WCS Season 2. He actually went out in the quarterfinals to MC, who was the eventual winner of it. So, Stardust, I'm an amazing player. MMA, an amazing player. This should be super cool. Builds, looking pretty normal. Stardust, 1 gas, 1 gate. Double pylon on the back, and you may be thinking, hey, what's up with this? It's to stop Reapers from getting around as easily. It's just a bit of SimCity. Heavy Rain, a great map for Reapers because of obviously how much space there is. Not currently. What MMA is doing, he's getting a reactor down first on his barracks. Although that can still lead into there being 2 Reapers off the back of it. It's something that a few Terran players opt to do. It means that you obviously get 2 Marines out after that a bit quicker. Otherwise, not too much else to say. This is a very normal opening. Things we could be seeing is clearly Blink Stalker builds. They're hugely popular on this map and very, very strong. Reaper tends to follow up into a command center off the back of it normally. But because these two are just of such a high caliber of skill, I honestly don't know how it's going to go. This could really go either way. And I'm so hyped to see this. CC on the low ground, following up from these Reapers, just as expected, whereas Stardust starts up his Nexus and a second gas. Still no big indicator of what either player is planning on mid-game. These 2 Reapers are going to be a little bit annoying. A probe sees both of them coming out. Seeing them together is quite important because Stardust should now be able to know that, yep, there's a reactor coming down. He's going to come up. Actually, he's not coming up with a probe. Instead, he's going to harass the SCV building the command center. This is forcing the 2 Marines down, which isn't a massive problem, but no delay or bump added in to MMA's build. Mothership Core is here, going to be trying to make sure that these Reapers don't get many kills. 2 of them, without a Stalker on the field yet, means that something was inevitably going to die. But with the Stalker and Mothership Core now out, they should be forced back and very little more will get achieved. Small little supply bump actually coming in here now as the command center finishes up. Not the biggest problem, but never ideal getting that there. Starport coming through as well, 1 Widow Mine. So this could go into some Widow Mine drops. Meanwhile, Stardust opting for the Twilight Council, hidden to the very right of his base. Blink is always going to be the more likely thing you see on Heavy Rain, especially since we've got a good number of Stalkers and more coming through. There's a lot of cliff area that you can blink up, and it's exceptionally hard to hold it on this map. But it's not guaranteed. Could still be a Dark Shrine. And that's actually what Stardust is going to do. So, Dark Shrine coming down. It's less common. And definitely, there's no kind of obvious read into this. Whereas, the obvious read into what, for the moment, MMA's seen is, okay, he's going for a Blink Stalker play. The Widow Mine at the front needs to get Barrow up in a nice position. Obviously, you've got the scans for detection up against the Dark Shrine. Reaper attempting to find the probe. does see it, but Stardust just moving it out of the way, and the Reaper not going to engage upon it. Move out now coming from MMA. Couple of Marines on their way forward. The 2 mines still at the back, waiting for the medevac to come pick them up. This is going to get dropped. Very, very fun. Engineering bay also coming through. That's going to allow missile turrets to get produced. Permanent detection, essential to deal with these Dark Templar long term. But they're still not out. The downside of what MMA is doing is it delays his stim to get this build to go through. The Widow Mine drop going to be quite important. The Stalker sees it there, but MMA instantly adjusts. Photon Overcharge triggered at the natural base, already baited out early. But due to this Dark Shrine opening, there is no detection. None on its way. If these Widow Mines get burrowed in a good position, which they're going to, Stardust is guaranteed to take some fairly substantial probe losses. 5 workers killed there, and no detection for quite a while. Robo facility finishing up, may even get a second shot out from these Widow Mines. We'll have to wait to see to confirm that or not. Medevac getting a little bit lost, runs into Photon Overcharge range, gets a bit of damage done. But the other important thing is that the Dark Shrine has been scouted. And as a result, missile turret at the front, no way that Dark Templar is getting in. Good times for MMA. Widow Mines now reactivated. 1 lone probe on the gas there is gonna die. The Observer coming over though, and the Stalkers can clean these 2 up very nicely. Nice use of a scan by MMA there. Means that he takes out the Observer. There's no second one coming through because the Warp Prism's there. Has triggered the second Widow Mine though, so not going to be able to kill any probes, but still forces another Observer for 1 scan, which he isn't in essential need of. This TT is in a nice position, gets scanned though, killed instantly. Still did a bit of damage before he died though, always worthwhile. Looks like, for the moment, Stardust doesn't have the internal clock reading this Widow Mine because, boom, explosions, stuff starts dying. MMA, with Stim, Combat Shield, and +1 all syncing up, is moving across the map. Widow Mine, still their Observer. The second one, gonna come and hopefully put an end to it, but only gonna be able to do that if any units actually come across. But because MMA is pressuring the front, if these Stalkers are seen to be back, it may force it, or may draw MMA to come in. There's enough energy on that Mothership core in order to Photon Overcharge. But are there enough units to defend? MMA playing this very, very aggressively. Photon Overcharge, not yet triggered. This is actually quite a big delay on getting it down. Has now come up, didn't do much damage. GG straight there. And MMA, with some beautiful play, takes game number 1 of this best of 3.